Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Live, Laugh, Love to Read. Today I'm doing a library book haul. So I haven't really been going to the library because I've been doing a lot of reading on my Kindle because we moved into our RV and I only kept this little stack of books right here in the RV. I have some more left in storage, but for most part, that's all the books I have left because there's just not enough space in the RV. I also had not been going to the library because I didn't want to have to take library books back because I've just been so busy. So anyway, I got books from the library today and I'm so excited because they had a bunch of good ones on the new rack. Let's see if I can get them all in there. So, I had to put a couple on hold too because they didn't have them. But let's just get started. So I got Find You First by Linwood Barclay. Ooh, don't that look kind of scary? So this one is about, let's see. One could change your life. The other might end it. Who will find you first? Ooh. Tech billionaire Miles Cookson has more money than he can ever hope to spend and everything he could dream of, except time. Only 42 years old, he's recently been diagnosed with a terminal illness, and there is a 50% chance that it could be passed on to the next generation. But Miles, a confirmed bachelor, doesn't have children. Or does he? The shattering diagnosis forces him to take a long, hard look at his past. 2 decades ago, a struggling young Miles, desperate for cash, donated his sperm to a fertility clinic. That money turned out to be key to his eventual success. Now he can't stop thinking about the children he may have fathered. And what, if anything, he owes them? Somewhere out there he has kids, 9 of them as it turns out, and they might be about to inherit both the good and the bad from him. Maybe his fortune and possibly something much worse. As Miles begins to search for the children he's never known, aspiring film documentarian Chloe Swanson embarks on a quest to find her biological father, armed with the knowledge that 22 years ago her mother used a New York sperm bank to become pregnant. Chloe soon locates one sibling, a half-brother named Todd, and she's eager to meet more. When Miles and Chloe eventually connect, their excitement at finding each other is overshadowed by a series of mysterious and terrifying events. One by one, the other potential heirs are vanishing, every trace of them erased, as if they never existed at all. Dun dun. I thought that sounded good, and it's kind of big. I like me a big book, I cannot lie. It is 437 pages. So I got that one. And then I got When the Stars Go Dark by Paula McLean. Sorry about that shaking. I just threw the book on the couch next to me and I forgot I'm in the RV and you can't do that. That was shaking everything. And look at this cover. Oh my goodness. I have to say, that's one thing about books is the covers. I love the covers. Anna Hart is a seasoned missing persons detective in San Francisco with far too much knowledge of the darkest side of human nature. When tragedy strikes her personal life, Anna, desperate and numb, flees to the Northern California village of, I can't say this word, Mendocino to grieve. She lived there as a child with her beloved foster parents, and now she believes it might be the only place left for her. Yet the day she arrives, she learns that a local teenage girl has gone missing. The crime feels frighteningly reminiscent of the most crucial time in Anna's childhood, when the unsolved murder of a young girl touched Mendocino and changed the community forever. As past and present collide, Anna realizes that she has been led to this moment. The most difficult lessons of her life have given her insight into how victims come into contact with violent predators. As Anna becomes obsessed with saving the missing girl, she must accept that true courage means getting out of her own way and learning to let others in. Excuse me. I thought that sounded pretty good. Sorry. My water's sitting on the same table as the camera. So I have seen this one all over Instagram, and I thought, we'll try it. Free from the library. Setting it down easy. Okay, so then I got Christina Lauren, The Soulmate Equation. And look at that cover. Ooh, I like it. It's pretty. Funny story. I don't like yellow when it comes to clothing, but I like yellow for everything else. Is that weird or what? Like, I don't like yellow's not my color. And I wouldn't want a yellow car. But when it comes to like books or like blankets or quilts or like kitchen towels or whatever, I like yellow. I don't know why. But look at this cover. Look at the heart. Cute. All right. Heartfelt and funny novel about what happens when two people with everything on the line are thrown together by science. Or is it fate? Single mom Jessica Davis is a data and statistics wizard, but no amount of number crunching can convince her to step back into the dating world. Raised by her grandparents, who now help raise her 7-year-old daughter Juno, Jess has been left behind too often to feel comfortable letting anyone in. After all, her father was never around. Her hard partying mother disappeared when she was 6, and her ex decided he wasn't father material before Juno was even born. Jess holds her loved ones close, but working constantly to stay afloat is hard and lonely. But then Jess hears about Genetic Alley, a buzzy new DNA-based matchmaking company that's predicted to change dating forever. Finding a soulmate through DNA, the reliability of numbers. This Jess understands. At least she thought she did, until her test shows an unheard of 98% compatibility with another subject in the database. One of Genetic Alley's founders, Dr. River Pena. This is one number she can't wrap her head around because she already knows Dr. Pena. The stuck-up, stubborn man is without a doubt not her soulmate. But Genetic Alley has a proposition. Get to know him and we'll pay you. Jess, who is barely making ends meet, is in no position to turn it down, despite her skepticism about the project and her dislike for River. As the pair are dragged from one event to the next, as the diamond match that could launch Genetic Alley's valuation sky high, Jess begins to realize that there might be more to the scientist and the science behind a soulmate than she thought. Okay, so I have to admit, I have not loved all of Christina Lauren's books. And I know it's a pen name for two partners. In fact, here's a picture of them in the back of this book. So it is writing partners / best friends Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings. And I know they're really popular. I want to say there's only been one of their books that I've liked, and I can't even remember the name of it now. The rest I haven't really cared for, but I picked this up because there's a bunch of buzzy hype going on right now about this book, saying how good it is. So I thought I'd try it. We'll give it a try, and I'll let you know in a future video what I thought. If I don't like it, you won't get a review video. Well, yeah, you might. Maybe. But otherwise, I might just mention that I didn't like it, and I didn't even, get past the first chapter. We'll see. Alright, so then I got Life After Death by Sister, I don't know how to say it, Sula. So I was reading the synopsis and the and the inside flap, and apparently this is a sequel. But I picked it up anyway. The library did not have the first one. But it sounded so good, I thought hopefully either one of the libraries that I follow, that I borrow ebooks from, or Amazon Prime or something might have the first one. I was hoping. So I looked it up, and yes, they did. So I went ahead and got it. Says a sequel 20 years in the making. Winter Santiago is back. 20 years ago, Sister Sula's debut novel, The Coldest Winter Ever, became a best-selling cultural phenomenon. Readers fell in love with the unforgettable Winter Santiago, daughter of a prominent Brooklyn drug-dealing family, who captivated her lovers, friends, and enemies with her sexy street smarts. That's why I picked up, because it sounds so good. For 2 decades, readers have begged for answers about what happened to Winter. Now all is revealed in Sister Sula's page-turning sequel, filled with her trademark passion, danger, temptation, and adventure. So, yeah, so this is the sequel, and I have not read that first one. Like I said, one of the libraries I belong to does have the ebook, so I will read that first. And if I love it, then I'll be reading this. And if I don't love it, then I'll let you know that I didn't even get to this one. We'll see. But it sounds really good. I read like the first page on this one, and it sounds really good. Okay, so sorry if the camera's shaking, because my husband's up walking around, and we are in the RV, and let me tell you, nobody can walk around, nobody can turn over in bed, you can't wash some clothes without shaking the rig. So, then the next one I got was Rust and Stardust by T. Greenwood, who I absolutely love all of, and I don't know, is this a man or a woman? It's a woman. I love all of her books. And a weird thing is, I've read all of her books, but for some reason, so I said that my husband was up walking around, and sorry for the shaking, so now he's trying to walk really easy. It's okay, honey. So anyway, I've read all of her books and love them. And I actually recognize this cover, but I don't recognize the story, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's not a new book. It says Camden, New Jersey, 1948. On a dare from a group of girls in her school cafeteria, lonely, yearning 11-year-old Sally Horner steals a notebook from the local Woolworths. She does not know that 52-year-old Frank LaSalle, fresh out of prison, is watching her, preparing to make his move. Accosting her outside the store, Frank convinces Sally that he's an FBI agent who came to arrest her, unless she does as he says. This chilling novel traces the next 2 harrowing years as Frank, with Sally as his prisoner, travels westward from Camden to San Jose, forever altering not only her life, but also the lives of her family, friends, and those she meets along the way. Based on the experiences of real-life kidnapping victim Sally Horner and her captor, whose story shocked the nation and inspired, I don't know how to say this word, Vladimir Nabokov to write his controversial and iconic Lolita. This wrenching, captivating novel by award-winning author T. Greenwood at last gives a voice to Sally herself. That sounds so good. And I've already started it. So, I was working today. I'm a ship shopper, if you didn't know that. Shop your groceries, I'll deliver to your house. And I was busy all day, but I actually had about an hour break. And I stopped at the library because I had seen they had a bunch of books on the news shelf. You can go online and see what their new books are. And I went ahead and put a couple on hold, and then I'd seen some of the other ones were in, so I went ahead and went in, and I actually already started this one. I'm on like chapter 2, I think. But yeah, I had an hour break, so I was sitting in my car, and it's really nice here today in Oklahoma. It's been really hot for the last like 2 weeks. It's been like 95, 98, and all that. And today it only has got up to 68. And it was raining last night, and it was raining earlier in the day, so it cooled it off. And so yeah, it's been a really nice day. Hasn't been hot, and I got to go to the library. I did like 7 or 8 ship shops, so I made some money, and it's just been a good day. Have y'all had a good day? I hope y'all have had a good day. So that's all I got. So if you've read any of these books, see if I can get them up there. Oh. Let me know in the comment section below if you've read any of these books. Oh, goodness. I can't hold them all. That's all I got, guys. Don't forget to check back for more book videos coming up soon. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. See you next time.